My mom was born in Rome, and I know she admitted a couple times in her life that people who were born in Rome could be a little bit snobby about people who weren't born in Rome, like one of the cradles of civilization and all that. And she brought that with her to the United States in the mid-1950s and mixed that in with a personality that included kind of a goofy take on the world, a little bit semi-airheaded take on the world, and she brought that with her. And just as an example, like, we know that state slogans or state mottos can be really tourism slogans, right? They're designed to promote the state. My mom would take those things literally. So when you would see New Jersey, the Garden State, we know that the ag department basically won the argument, to be the state motto, right? My mom thought that everyone in New Jersey was in a garden 100% of the time, picking cherry tomatoes and plucking peaches, and certainly no one in New Jersey was building an aqueduct or a coliseum, right? So, yeah, it was funny. But when I got to be a teenager, it got to be a little bit cringy. And, I knew that people in New Jersey could build a straight line road, okay? So it kind of became one of the ways that I started to think about my mom and my relationship to her, and persisted and kind of hardened as I grew up into a young adult and an adult and got married and had kids, and continued on through the time when my parents bought a condo in New Jersey on the beach where our family could have free beach vacations. Now, if I had been a little bit less arrogant and a little more aware, I could have seen the reckoning coming. What I never could have seen was her gift. Our son was about 10 years old, got a metal detector for his birthday. What better place to test out a metal detector than on the beach? So we brought it with us one long weekend, and we head out to the beach. And one thing you have to know about the condo that my parents bought is that it was in the kind of a place where you had to wear a tag around your wrist or your ankle to prove that you belonged on that stretch of beach, or you'd be run off, and then you couldn't lose their stuff. The condo rules were like, do not lose the key, and my mom would add, or you will be prosecuted, to that. In reality, it was you would owe $25 and you would earn the endless scorn of your mother. So we go out on the beach one day, and what better way to test a metal detector than with a metal key, which I had because we would go back and forth to the condo. So our son and I walk a few yards away from the beach chairs, and I toss the key in the sand and kick a little sand over it. And he takes the metal detector and he makes a couple of passes over it, and nothing happens. There's no sound. And I said, well, it's right there, do it again. And he does it again, and there's no sound. And I'm like, let me try it. Like, I know what I'm doing, right? So I take it, fiddle with it, make a couple of passes. There's nothing there. No sound. Nothing's happening. I say, all right, let's try something else. So I give him back the metal detector. I reach down to grab the key, and there's nothing there. I can't, the key's not there. So I reach down, I kick the sand a little bit where I know I threw it down, right? I mean, I know where it is. I kick the sand a little bit. It's not there. I bend down, I start to dig a little bit, no key. I'm digging, now I'm in the wet sand, and there's no key, right? Now I'm panic, fury digging, throwing sand over my shoulder. I've uncovered Jimmy Hoffa's body. I'm moving it to the side, okay? There's no key. I stand up, I'm dripping with sweat, and I realize I'm gonna have to face my reckoning. I'm gonna have to go to my mom and tell her that I lost the key. So I walk over. It's, by the way, a perfect beach day, which I'm about to ruin for her. And I say, Mom, I lost your key. Her favorite question, how did that happen? I could only point to the giant hole in the beach, which is now big enough to take several crates of New Jersey produce. My mom walks over, looks down, bends over, reaches down, comes up with the key. I felt small. I'm sorry, I said. she basically shrugged and said, "Chi cerca trova." I said, "What does that mean?" She said, "Whoever seeks will find." My mom was telling me, when things go bad, keep going, you'll find your way. Chi cerca trova. I thought about that a lot. I didn't want to forget it. So I asked her to write it down, and she did, in her looping script in red pen on a little piece of yellow notepaper. As I said, I love my mom. My mom died in 2017. I still have that little yellow piece of paper with her looping script on it telling me to persevere.